Good afternoon. I'd like you to try to remember when you were a child and you read the Choose Your Own Adventure books. For those who don't know, a Choose Your Own Adventure book is where you start with a story and then based on your own decision making, it'll let you flip forward a few pages and decide which way you want to go. Well, I'm here to take you on one of those adventures. I'd like you to imagine that you survey a mystical land. On the east and the west of this land are roaring oceans. In the middle is fertile plains, rolling hills, beautiful mountains, and magnificent deserts. To the south of this land, across a grand river, live a people who are poor and oppressed. Slowly, those people start to cross your river and they hide in your woods with their children. They start to work to become a part of your land. They do things like pull vegetables, build homes, fix roads, cook amazing foods, and slowly but surely their culture begins to become a part of your culture. However, these people sometimes cost money and at other times bring people you may not want into your lands. So your choice here is you could flip forward to page 10 where you can find a way that your land and the people from across this river can be mutually beneficial, or you can flip to page 12 and just build a big wall. Obviously, the mystical land I'm talking about is the United States, and the people across the Grand River are Mexico. Today I'd like to tell you about why a good relationship between Mexico and the United States is vital to us economically, domestically, and socially, and why this idea of building a wall shouldn't even be an option. First off, economics. Money, as with any issue, is of great importance. According to whitehouse.gov, the United States spends $300 billion a year of taxpayer money on illegal immigration. But where exactly is that number coming from? Some important factors in that number that were not considered was the strong fiscal contributions of first-generation Mexican Americans, or the labor contributions that are made due to agriculture, infrastructure, building, and hospitality. PolitiFact says that the numbers don't add up. Also, how are illegal immigrants registering for programs in our government anyway? It seems like that would be more of a bureaucratic issue than it would be an immigration problem. According to the New York Times and their sources, the number is actually closer to $45 billion a year costing taxpayers because of illegal immigration, and only a fraction of that is actually from Mexican crossing. So how does that add up to be enough that we're going to spend $70 billion to build a wall and then $150 million every year thereafter to take care of it? If you're wondering how much this will cost us, over the course of 10 years, that's about how much money the United States will spend, and then some, because most of those estimates were lowballed. Aside from money, there's also domestic security. Of course, domestic security and preservation is important to all Americans. A hot button topic right now is drug cartels and import, because we're in the center of a huge opioid epidemic in our country. But according to Ashley Miller, the wall really isn't going to help. Her statements with Brookings EDU said that it was better for us to focus on using our powers with higher levels of intelligence to go ahead and catch upper echelon criminals who are kingpinning these operations, rather than stopping the lowest rung of border crossers to try to fix the problem. With that level of surveillance that we're capable of, why would a wall help in the first place? And also, to take terrorism into account, which is also a reason that's being cited for the building of the wall, if terrorists could be stopped by a wall, then why aren't we building one all around us? So after discussing money and safety, why do I think that we should be accepting the Mexican people? Because Mexican immigrants make America greater than it already is. Their contributions to society outnumber the risk, whether it's culturally or the things that they do for our communities and making our businesses better. And perhaps I'm just a sucker for this American dream, but what is more American than the dream of coming here from another country to solidify yourself and to make sure that your child could grow up to be literally anything they want to be? So in conclusion, I guess perhaps I'm a little biased about wanting people from other countries to be able to come to the United States, because I myself am a third-generation Irish American. My family came to a country less than 100 years ago that looked at windows that said they needed an apply. But more so, I'm probably biased because of the positive effect that Mexican immigrants have had on my life and the way that they've become amazing American citizens. I look around at my intelligent first generation Mexican American classmates that are doing everything in their power to take advantage of every opportunity that's presented to them. I think about my dear friends who are loyal, they're funny, they're honest and intelligent, and I can't imagine my life without those first generation Mexican Americans. Then I also look around my neighborhood at the people who live near me who've just immigrated from Mexico. They're great people to be around, and they threw the best 4th of July party in my neighborhood this year. So another point that really bothers me, and I'll leave you with this, is that if you look back historically at the countries that built walls, do you really want your America to be one? Thank you.